Racism, it's always existed. And although the governments have come up with different policies, it has gone down. But whenever the economic conditions get tough, same, racism comes up again, as you must have seen in the news lately.
Just like how most people hear of racism and people of color like myself complain, most times I don't, but it stares you in the face some days, and you have to let people understand that you're human, not because of your color.
You know, I think our biggest problem with racism is within our country, within our own people, with our Indigenous people. I think that's the biggest challenge, that we have to overcome what we've done so far and make that better.
Racism has done a lot of harm to our people, systemic racism. And the most thing I find with the dominated culture is that they need to know that they walk in it because they were born in it, and that they need to remove that from their spirit because they're not better than us.
Yeah, well, racism, as I thought, is is a very broad and very subject. But I was going to say, very early in my career, actually, in my first few weeks in Canada, I went looking for a place to live. I checked in the paper, and I went to the house, and I get there, and they said, no, it's taken. And I came back home, and I told my friend, I said, the place is taken. He said, oh, let me phone for you. And he phoned again. He said, no, it's still available. And he was Canadian, white, went over to the place and said, yeah, their place is still available, and do you want to take a look at it? So what was that? That's my first experience of, I believe it's, racist. Probably the person didn't want a person of a different color in the house or whatever. It was a basement suite.
And once I got the promotion, I was working there on the desk and doing the other duties, not as a teller, but the inside duties. And then I had my second son, and after the second son, they demoted me. They said that I have to come back within 3.5 months. And if I don't come back, they'll take my job away. So, anyways, sorry.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit about what happened? Did they take your job away?
Well, they said that they'll just hire somebody else who's willing to come because they need the person right away. And so I came back to work, and when I did go back to work, they demoted me, and they gave me a position which was part-time teller and part-time desk, which was not what I really wanted, because I thought that I was being treated bad.
I remember back in the 70s, people used to say, you go back to your country, and give you that finger salute. But it has gone down, substantially since then. But as I mentioned, economically things get tough. Everybody has a hard time. It's not only the main general community, the white community so-called, they have hard time. Everybody is having a hard time. But we have to learn how to cope with the situation.
We are different. Everybody is a little bit different, and we have different, skin color. We have different economic situations. We have different academic levels, and people stereotype, and that we have to get over the stereotypic conclusion that we make, and then try to overcome it. Yeah.
Oh, that was a few years ago. I went to register my son in Parler Meadows School, and that was so profound, man. This lady called this lady behind me with her little boy and to come to the front desk, and another lady that was behind her said, I'm not going to register my kid in here because I didn't realize this is really true, because that man is standing there and you took the lady behind him. So she said, I would never ever register my kid in this school because I heard people talk about racism, but if this isn't what it is, I'll be darned.
If we take every obstacle along with racism being one of it, and need to just basically throw in the towel, I don't think we'll get anywhere ahead. We have to say, okay, you understand it, it's probably, could you try to educate that person? Could you try to find out why the person acted the way they do? I believe racism is an inherited quality. We're not born with it, we learn, it's a learned behavior, and we could unlearn it.